Trigger alert. Being low maintenance, especially in women, is a red flag. I know that everybody praises it. People will say things like, she's so easygoing. She never asked for anything. She's got zero drama. She's so selfless. And at first, that sounds like a compliment. But after working with thousands of women on their attachment issues, I've noticed something that everyone else seems to have missed. Many of the loneliest people I meet are incredibly low maintenance. Many of the most disconnected marriages I see contain at least one low maintenance spouse. And many people who pride themselves on needing very little are secretly starving emotionally. The truth is that being low maintenance often isn't a relationship strength at all. It's a survival strategy, and that strategy may be quietly destroying your relationships. In this video, I'm going to show you how by focusing on 4 key areas of low maintenance behavior. First, what low maintenance actually means. Why so many people become low maintenance on purpose. Why it slowly damages intimacy. And finally, how secure people handle needs very differently. So let's get right into it. Now, let's be honest here. Most people are terrified of being perceived as needy, especially women, and especially those with insecure attachment. They've often spent years hearing messages like, don't be difficult, don't be demanding, don't ask for too much, don't push people away, be grateful for what you've got. Those messages usually begin from parents and then continue with partners and sometimes even friends. Other women tell them the same and warn her that she'll get abandoned by the man she loves if she doesn't comply. So these women learn a simple rule. If I need less, people will love me more. And over time, this becomes their identity. The person becomes proud of things like never asking for help, never needing reassurance, never speaking up, never making requests, never complaining. They'll actually begin seeing emotional self-denial as maturity. But those are not the same thing. Many people call this behavior low maintenance. The nervous system calls it self-protection, and I call it self-abandonment and emotional starvation. Now, psychologists have actually studied this behavior pattern for decades, and they don't consider it as charming as pop culture does. Psychologist Dana Crowley Jack spent years researching a pattern called self-silencing. The basic idea is simple. People suppress their needs, feelings, opinions, and desires in order to preserve relationships, which is also linked to depression, by the way. And they don't do this because they don't have needs, by the way, but because they're afraid those needs will cost them connection. Verbally, out loud, it sounds like, I'm fine. Do whatever you want. Don't worry about me. I don't need anything. Meanwhile, they're secretly feeling hurt, lonely, ignored, disappointed, maybe even resentful. The person makes an unconscious deal that says, if I make myself easier to love, maybe people won't leave. But there is a problem. The real self disappears from the relationship. Hard truth time. You cannot be deeply loved if nobody knows who you really are. The version of you that never has needs is not the version of you that needs love. That's not even a real human being. You are the real human being, and you're erasing yourself to fit into a relationship dynamic that does not even serve you. Quick check-in here. Erasing yourself to please others. Feeling like you're never allowed to have an opinion or a voice. Believing that if you ask for your needs to get met, people will leave you. If this sounds familiar, this is an attachment problem, and my team and I have 5 ways that we can help. First, the free pieces. My secure circle, the community designed for deeper learning on this and many other topics. Next, my free attachment styles quiz to show you which attachment style could be causing this in your life. I also have my paid community, the Secure Circle Plus, with weekly training masterclasses, weekly coach skill demonstrations inside role-play demos, exercises to get you going from learning into doing, and instant access to my best video courses on resolving attachment issues. Plus, on top of that, support from me and my team. I also have training programs designed to walk you through accelerated processes to overcome the most common attachment problems you might face. If you're wanting to become secure feminine, for example, I have a guided training for helping you do that right there. Finally, we offer personal coaching one-on-one to address your unique circumstances with guided steps from certified attachment coaches to help you overcome these problems for good. All of those options and resources are linked in the description below. Click in there and find the one that works for you, or get in touch with my team and we will help you find the right next step forward. Now, to be completely fair to low maintenance people, many of them believe they are helping the relationship with their behavior. Relationship researchers have long observed that partners engage in behaviors that protect harmony and reduce conflict. In healthy doses, yes, that can strengthen a relationship. The problem is when keeping the peace slowly becomes abandoning your own needs entirely. When a so-called low-maintenance partner engages in these self-erasing behaviors, they think a couple of key things that are wrong. They might think, I'm reducing conflict. I'm being understanding. I'm being supportive. But intimacy requires reality, not convenience. And needs do not disappear just because you refuse to acknowledge them. This is one of the biggest mistakes that people make. I'll say it again because it bears repeating. Needs do not disappear when ignored. They go underground. Then they come back out as resentment, withdrawal, passive aggression, emotional numbness, and sometimes sudden explosions. This is where a relationship starts running blind. That's what happens where one person never communicates their needs. The relationship loses total access to reality, and a healthy partner senses that danger and will become uncomfortable with your silence. The behaviors designed to make them more comfortable instead make them unsettled. Unexpressed needs do not create peace. They create confusion, because the goal of a real relationship is actually not just comfort. The goal of a relationship is connection and mutual fulfillment. This is precisely why healthy people do not like low-maintenance partners, and why this behavior causes them often to leave. As I said, most low-maintenance people believe they're making relationships easier. They think, I'm not asking for much. I'm not creating conflict. I'm not being demanding. I'm making life easier for my partner. But healthy people often experience this very differently. To a secure person, so-called low-maintenance behavior, actually self-erasing behavior, doesn't create safety at all. It creates uncertainty, because healthy relationships require information. Imagine you are driving a car across the country. Now imagine half of your dashboard suddenly stops working. The engine might be fine, or it might be on fire. You don't know, because the information is gone. This is what it's like dating someone who never tells you what they need. This is where questions begin forming. Are they actually happy? Are they secretly hurt? Am I missing something important? Is resentment building? Is everything okay? The relationship begins operating without any accurate information, and that increases the risk. Meanwhile, low-maintenance people believe they're communicating things like, I trust you enough not to burden you. But healthy partners often hear something very different. They hear, I don't trust you with my needs. I don't trust you with my emotions. I don't trust you to handle the truth. And that's painful, because intimacy requires access, and self-erasing people deny access to what they're actually feeling. When this happens, you become impossible to love well, not because you don't deserve love, but because you block the possibility of knowing you. One of the most frustrating experiences for healthy partners is wanting to show up for someone who refuses to be known or honest. Imagine asking, what do you need? And hearing nothing every time. Imagine asking, what's wrong? And hearing, I'm fine, every time. Imagine asking, what would help? And hearing, whatever you want, every time. Eventually, the healthy partner feels helpless, not because they don't care, but because they've been locked out. And that's when the relationship becomes more dangerous, because problems do inevitably pop up, and the healthy partner often feels blindsided by them. They didn't know there was a problem because no one allowed them to see the dashboard. Healthy relationships are not built by hiding your needs. Healthy relationships are built by trusting someone with your needs. The opposite of neediness is not self-erasure. The opposite of neediness is honest communication. When you hide your needs from healthy people, you don't reduce risk, you increase it for both of you. Being so-called low maintenance is not the only option for building a healthy relationship dynamic, because secure people have needs too. But secure people are not low maintenance. They're honest maintenance. They have needs and they communicate them. They discuss them. They negotiate them. Secure people only trust relationships that engage with the truth. Instead of saying, I'm fine when they're hurt, they say, I need something. Instead of pretending nothing is wrong, they invite connection. They turn their needs into mutual fulfillment opportunities to be known, to be cared for, and to exchange that care with each other. Everyone gets to have needs. The real expectation is to be so transparent about your needs that the other person is never left guessing, while being friendly enough that the other person does not feel pressured to perform either. It's both sides being fully honest about what's necessary to maintain the best relationship for both of them to be able to win together. The goal is not to become easier to love. The goal is to allow yourself and your needs to be known and then optimizing your lives together. Connection can only begin where self-silencing ends. And if you've been practicing low-maintenance behavior, it's time to start practicing secure attachment instead. That can build you relationships that are both loving and sustainable. If you're proud of being low maintenance, I want you to consider something. What if the trait that you've been celebrating is actually the thing keeping you lonely? What if your relationships don't need less of you? What if it needs more of you? And I mean the real you, the honest you, the version of you with needs, desires, opinions, fears, and hopes, the best version of yourself. Because healthy relationships are not built by eliminating yourself. They're built by bringing yourself fully into the room. You do not become lovable by becoming smaller. You become lovable by being known so that you can be loved for who you actually are. I recognize that it can be incredibly difficult to be known and seen and still expect to be loved. Most of you were told in childhood that you're simply too much. You're not, but starting out, it will be hard to believe that anyone will accept you if you stop performing and stop self-erasing. So to be able to help you, if you're ready to stop self-silencing and start building relationships based on honesty, vulnerability, and secure attachment, join me inside the Secure Circle. This is my free community for people who want to understand what authentic love and transparent relationships can actually offer them. We'll teach you the communication skills, the emotional safety skills, and the secure attachment tools needed to build relationships where you don't have to disappear in order to be loved. The link for that group is down in the description below. And if you already know the impact this issue is having in your relationships and you want to take immediate action, I have 2 ways to help you do that. First is my group training programs designed to walk you through overcoming the most common attachment problems that people face and accelerate you through fixing them. Second is individual coaching to get targeted assistance on your unique situation and overcome your challenges with the help of a certified attachment coach. Learn more about both options at the links in the description below. And because these messages usually start in our family of origin, if you want to learn more about how to help rebuild your family, even if you're the only secure person, what I call the Vector of Health protocol, I just launched a free deep dive video explaining everything you need to know inside my free Secure Circle community. Come check out that free video and learn more at the Secure Circle link in the description. Thanks for watching. And remember, don't just learn about secure attachment, practice it.